Hello, my name's Eric Mickelson. I'm 44 years old and I've lost 165 pounds or 74 kilos. I'm married. I've been married for 20 years to my dream girl, and I have two awesome little kids, a boy and a girl. Little girl's 8, little boy's 5. I was born big. My parents said I came out looking like a brick outhouse. And I grew up really struggling with my weight my whole life. By the time I was about 13, I was about as tall as I am now, and I weighed 385 pounds. And I could literally just, look down and almost see the stretch marks opening up on my stomach, and I grew up, really having a problem with my weight. But, I met my wife. It's a miracle to me that I actually found her. She actually, took me as her husband, but an amazing woman. But, I still just, had this life that was just miserable. I'd also wrecked my motorcycle when I was 17 and got a lot of left side damage in my body and into my neck and my back. And as I grew up from that point just thinking pain was going to be my life. I got to the point where I was, this is about 2-3 years ago, I was getting an epidural every other week. I mean, about every other week. I'd had 14 neck procedures. I was on Percocet, I was on fentanyl, lollipops, Loratab, Xanax. I was on 3 blood pressure medications. I was getting ready to be fit for a CPAP because I had a sleep apnea so bad, and for the weight and whatever was going on in my head at the time, all the dreams that I ever had of being a heavy metal rock star or a Marine, or following my dad's footsteps in the Air Force, or being a police officer. That's really been my dream. And my weight and my mental state and the pain in my body really prevented me from doing all those things. Here I was, this guy that seemingly had a perfect life, and literally all I wanted to do was die. And I was really actually prepared to maybe do that, take care of it and put me and everybody else out of their misery. One day I was driving home from work, and I was literally driving up the canyon looking for trucks to run my truck into and send some poor trucker's insurance rate sky high. It was, and I had turned on the radio. I heard this guy, John Gabriel, and I was like, what the heck, I'll listen to him. And he started talking about weight loss, and he instantly started resonating with me and the things that he was saying and how it made sense. And the good thing was it took my mind off of plowing into some poor guy's semi-truck. And so I went home. I was like, it's $34 and the worst that's gonna happen, I'm gonna think happy thoughts. It'd be dumb not to try it. I'd say the visualization stuff is what really honestly worked for me. I started using the visualization, and then I also started using his daily visualization, where you kind of get yourself in this mode by relaxing and visualizing exactly what you want to look like. So I picked out what I wanted to look at. And I mean, I'll be honest, I want to be dead sexy. I've always wanted to be dead sexy. I want to be Beefcake. I wanted someone to call me Beefcake someday, and I would also want to feel good. So I chose this character Spartacus, and I visualized that and locked that in my brain. But what's also great about this visualization is within a week of doing it, I noticed my pain was dissipating, which was amazing to me. And about a month and a half later, my pain was completely, totally gone. I had the neck pain, back pain, Achilles tendonitis in both ankles, plantar fasciitis in one foot. Every muscle hurt, every joint hurt. I always had a neck headache. I had ruptured an ankle, and it didn't seem to be healing. When I had surgery on an ankle, what do you call it, tendon, and it didn't seem to be healing. It didn't seem to be feeling right. It was all gone. I am drug-free, absolutely right now. I am absolutely 100% pain-free. No pain whatsoever. So if I was to compare my life now to the way it was, 2 years ago, I would say, when I kind of picked up on the Gabriel Method, it's an absolute 180. What I was 2 years ago, I was just an absolute miserable person. I had no will to live. I'd completely given up on everything in life, completely and totally. The only thing I existed for was to provide for my family, which is pretty funny because how can you provide for your family if you can't provide for yourself? Today, I really am that provider I've always wanted to be. I can do the things I need to do as a daddy. I've given my wife the husband she deserves, someone that, all she wanted was someone just to participate in her life. All my kids wanted was somebody to hug them and teach them how to survive in this world. And I can do that now, and how to make their life, how to live in the future. I was basically a life support system for misery. Today, man, I have people ask me all the time, how do you stay so positive? You should be an inspirational speaker. And I'm like, me? And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. It's just, I used to tell people up until recently, I am an absolutely new person. And I don't say that anymore because I'm not a new person. I'm actually the person that I knew existed inside me the whole time. It was protected within my body by this shell of beef. It wasn't beef, it was the fat on the beef, but that's coming out. And I found out that the dude's pretty awesome that was in there. I didn't know what it was to be hungry because I was always full. And now I actually enjoy the feeling of, hey, feed me something, but feed me something good. I eat good stuff, and most of the time I do really well, and I don't really have to even think about it. I am the hardest, the most toughest scenario you could have run into. I tell people, I am the Gabriel Method, and it's awesome. And I am also Spartacus.